the most powerful motorsport in the world, tractor pulling. Nations taking part, and we'll be following the 3 cup classes and 2 others for good measure. But first on the agenda is the 0.9 ton mini class, a class where, as you can see, all the top 4 have a chance of winning. But Mini Breaker and Simply Irresistible must be the favourites, with Ghostbuster 2 almost on home ground, a strong contender. So we start with an ex-European champion, Ghostbuster 1. They won the title at Herning in 1993 with Helmut Schwartz, and now it's being driven by Eugen Schwartz. All getting bumped around a bit, but then just rolling over the 100-metre line for an opening full pull. What a way to start. Helmut looking over and seeing that he's a good metre to spare, and he can now relax. He's reserved his ticket for the pull-off. A lot of Swiss, German and French spectators. Quite a cosmopolitan lot really. And this is interesting. Mr. Rabbit was too heavy on the weighbridge, so the lightweight Thomas Zimmermann from Joker offered to drive, and then they made the weight. So Thomas will have to be quick on his toes after he's made his run, because his own Joker is soon going to pull. Anyway, having difficulty steering there, going walkabouts, but he manages to remain in bounds, but a long way from a full pull. 74.04 for Mr. Rabbit. And there goes Thomas back to his own Mini, running like a rabbit. And that lovely lady gets a chance behind the wheel. Taken by the tractor, of course. Now the reigning Eurocup holder, Simply Irresistible. Driven today by Bert Dijkstra, and that's the other driver, Egbert Drost, directing him back to the stage. It's a Keith Black 540 engine, high helix blower. Tractors pull by friction on top of the surface. They do that by turning the wheels fast from the start. So fast that the tyres have to be bolted to the rims, otherwise they'd fly off. Oh, Bert is in terrible trouble. He couldn't regain the forward momentum, and that is an enormous surprise. Expected to be a front runner, but couldn't make 70 metres. 68.21 for the Dutchman.
It's a very, very difficult track, and yeah, I think we have a bit too much horsepower for such a track. You can see it with Carl's tractor. We also have too much horses. You see it at the middle of the track. One wheel is growing, and then, well, the RPMs of the engine are going up, and at that time, yeah, well, you're gone. Yeah, for us this is a very difficult track. Tractors with not that much horsepower are more lucky here.
Now another Keith Black combination. Mini Breaker with Carl Sofasengen from Norway. Joint leader in the points table. 2 victories to his credit. Eurocup holder in 1995. Not the fast start he likes to make. Oh, and he's also in trouble. And he's wondering what on earth could have gone wrong. 74.33 for Mini Breaker. She should have got some good pictures there. There's a good one coming up. Joker and Thomas Zimmermann. He's got an RS Fontana engine. And if that could take him to a pull-off, he could still come from behind and snatch the Eurocup from the fancied favourites. 23 years old, he comes from Oppelnschiess, which is near Stuttgart. His sister Marina's in the crowd watching, so very much a family affair. Oh, and Thomas Thomas making it so easy. No problems there at all. Joker cruises into the pull-off. That was real wallet-biting entertainment there. So full pull to the German, and now the pressure is really on the others, and especially the reigning European champion, Ghostbuster 2. A Russian Izotov turbine is the power source from a combat helicopter. I guess he's not a professional cameraman. Right, helmets away. Oh, he's having a rough ride on this rather uneven track. And there are problems even after he shuts down, but he stayed in the saddle, relieved that it didn't get too much out of hand. Here it is again in slow motion. Ghostbuster getting the speaks, but it does look good, doesn't it? She's not too sure. Give him a clap. Yes, that's right. 92.29 for Ghostbuster 2 from Germany. Now from Germany to Holland, this is Lambada 4. And that's Gert Dingering from Zwolle. His brother has driven for him on several occasions, and the results have been a little disappointing. Second in last year's competition, but he'll be out of the top three this year. However, maybe he'll finish with a flourish. Off he goes. Oh, yes, indeed, going over for our third full pull. This track is really sorting them out. Full pull to the Flying Dutchman, Gert Dingering and Lambada 4. Willem Veldhuizen of Magcal Bits and Pieces has been helping to prepare the track, so if they don't like it, that's where they should address their comments. Now it's a last chance for Mini Breaker to maintain his Eurocup hopes. Keep black engine with a moody hand blower, fiercely competitive, but well liked by all the others on the Eurocup circuit. Into the tricky parts. Oh, he's going more down than forward, and he is out of the pull-off. And he can forget all about another Eurocup title. His hopes have sunk in the sandy track. 92.59 for Mini Breaker.
I don't know what's happened. We didn't hook up very well, but in the second round that we run now, we hooked up really good in the start, and I hit the brake and we lost the power in the end. So that's it.
Yes, it is. And the winner is. That is a good question as well. Joker is the only top tractor that so far managed to reach the pull-off, but that could change. Here's Simply Irresistible's second attempt. Only a full pull can save his chances. Oh, but Bert Dijkstra battling to keep control. He loses the battle and the Eurocup. 76.56. She's from the local newspaper. Nice. This is Ghostbuster 2 in close-up. Just adjusting the Izotov turbine. Makes it like to sit behind a jet engine. But you must get quite a rush when you let it go. Final touch. And helmets away. Oh, he's getting another bumpy ride. Clocked down on his front wheels. Everything's repairing. And helmet's had it. He shakes his head. The European champion hasn't made the final. And it is again in slow motion. Rising high and then down. And wheel wobbles. Well, the wheels keep turning. 90.78 for Ghostbuster, so just 3 in the pull-off, and if Joker wins, he'll be the new Eurocup champion. Simple as that. But the other two are not going to let him come to it easy. It's something that Thomas never dreamed could happen.
Yeah, I haven't think at this place at morning, but I'm very happy over this place today.
Can you win?
No, I don't think so. I think the second is places for me.
Well, we'll have to see, Thomas. But first to pull is Ghostbuster 1 and Eugen Schwartz. They come from Oberhammersbach in the Black Forest, not far from here. And it's a Rover Meteor tank engine. He's going fast. Wonder if it's fast enough for another full pull. Oh yes, I think he's over again. What a turn up for the book. A second full pull to Eugen. That's 104.19. But in the pull-offs, they have what's called a floating finish, so that anything up to 110 metres counts. Now, Thomas knows what he has to do. He won the first ever Euro Cup for Minis in 1994, but now it's so much tougher. I found a helping there. Oh, and that's his sister Marina trying to work out the point scores. He discards the lowest score of the 6 rounds, and for Thomas, that's Socham where he failed to score. If he wins, he'll end with 78 points, and that's far more than simply irresistible. He's 1 point ahead of Mini Breaker, and he's going well, a lot of speed. And this is going to be another full pull, yes! But is it more than 104.19? Marina's not sure. She's so excited. She says, should I clap now? There it is, 105.66 and into the lead.
You can't be beat. Congratulations.
I haven't think at this day, as I win the Euro Cup. I'm very happy for this day.
Big party tonight.
Yeah, I think we made a party.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the last to pull, Gert Dingerinken, Lambada 4. Had an accident early in the season, hurt his shoulder, but he's better now. Keeping the hammer hard down. But just short of 100 metres. Well, 98.7 and third place for Lambada 4. Oh, and there's fire in the hold. Needs to get that out pretty quickly. One blast and it's out. So Thomas has won today and he's won the Euro Cup. Let's go over to the ceremony. There he is on top of the podium, flanked by Carl Sofers and Bert Dijkstra of Mini Breaker and Simply Irresistible. Here's the official result. Joker has the last laugh on all of them with 3 European champions, 4th, 5th and 6th. That is unusual. Here's the points table. Joker 4 points clear of Simply Irresistible with Mini Breaker 3rd. We'll take our first break now. The Super Stocks are next. In France for the final round of Tractor Pulling's Euro Cup, and although the 3.4 ton Superstock title was decided at Herning, there's a tough fight for the minor places where the top 3 automatically are invited for next year with travel costs paid. There you can see the points table. 11 teams from 6 countries are taking part. The light already beginning to fade. This one of only 2 venues where they run under floodlights. The other is also in France at Bernay, but it's fine and warm and there's not much in the way of a breeze, so it's perfect pulling watching weather. And here's the first into the arena. Diester with the Normandy farmer Robert Sonin in the saddle. It's a Case International, and you can always spot Robert by the smart cowboy boots he always wears when he's pulling. The safety chain at the top, the kill switch. If anything happens during the run, the wire can be pulled by the sledgeman and all the tractor's electrical systems stop. And so should the tractors for that matter. Robert's got steam up, he's away. But not going very much farther. Grinding to a halt. Oh, and there's water coming down from the front of the tractor and a lot of steam. I think Diester's done for today. 86.87 for Robert Sonin. And Robert had to do a quick change. He was also in the saddle for Outsider, which is normally driven by Rennie Camille. It's a Deutz-Fahr, and it's one of those tractors that really goes or blows. Eating chips by remote control. The young children really enjoying themselves here today. Now, it'll be interesting to see how Robert handles himself with this unfamiliar tractor. Taking his time to build up the revs, and finally away. But not a good run. And that is a long way short of a full pull. 70.82 for outsider. When the sun drops below the horizon, it gets dark very quickly here, and that makes for some quite dramatic pictures. Now here's a Swiss entry, Super Morny and Rudy Plattner. Comes from Herznach near Zurich. It's a Massey Ferguson 1155 with a Perkins engine and a little full blower for good measure. Quite a combination. But Super Money not in the money today. 77.8 for Rudy Plattner. And here is the champ. Magcal Bits and Pieces from Holland, owned and driven by Willem Veldhuizen from Loosdracht. He's got his own garage and makes most of the parts himself. And he'll be busy during the winter building 2 new engines for unidentified customers. Sky, isn't it? Red sky at night, Shepherd's Delight. Let's hope it's going to be fine tomorrow. That's our camera up there in the night sky. That's the view he gets. 4 turbos belting out the power. Just think how fast you go without the sledge. Oh, look at that. So easy. Over for a full pull. Faster than Linford Christie can do 100 metres. Just as good from the side, doesn't it? Did it all on 2 wheels. So Willem joins 7 others in an 8-way pull-off. The pressure's off him, but very much on the rest as they battle for the minor places. A lot at stake for some of them, like, for example, Deer Hunter and Wim Janssen. Something appears to be wrong with Deer Hunter. Something is leaking. But he can't pull with him running alongside like that with his finger stuck in the hole. It could well be that a silly mistake has cost him the chance of a top 3 finish. I wonder what was wrong.
The drain plug from the fuel pump was getting out of the fuel pump, and the oil get out of the fuel pump, and then we cannot drive. It's too dangerous. You break your pump, or otherwise you get other stupid things. And we stopped, and that's a real shame. And we had a good chance to get number 3, but it's over now. I cannot say what I'm thinking now, but it's not good.
But it's not. So the best that Deer Hunter can hope for is 4th or 5th place, as another Dutchman enters the arena. This time it's Demolition Deer and Jan Burgraaf. He's well down in the points table, not been a good Euro Cup series for him. 6 cylinders, 7.6 litre, 1500 horsepower. Can the John Deere take up the challenge against the Valmets and the Internationals? Wasn't a bad pull at all. 73.95 for Demo Deer. Peter DeWitt of the Tech and Safety Board marking the spot the others have to aim for. This is Fiat Super Agri, the only Fiat Superstock in the world and one of the oldest superstockers in Germany. Klaus Blank is the driver. He comes from Bornheim. 32 years old and a farm machinery dealer. Sells tractors amongst other things. Let's see what he can do. And then you can see the weight box moving down the sledge, making it harder and harder to pull as it does so. Oh, he could be going out of bounds. No, he just stops in time. Quite dramatic from our side camera as well. The distance for Fiat Super Agri, 75.01. Now from Finland, this is Mega Power and Krista Orn. Second and fifth are his two best Eurocup results this year. And a win today could move him up to third place overall in the points table. Could. Just about everyone staying put in the audience. It's the best pulling they've seen in a long while. It's the VIP area at the end of the track. This is Mega Power building up the revs. Almost like two-wheel drive. And he has left Demo Deer for dead. That was an excellent run from the Finn. He's had a pretty lean time this year, but maybe the times they are changing. We'll have to see. 89.74 for Mega Power. 4 more to pull, and here's the British Challenge. Red Alert and Peter Clark. He's got a farm in Buckingham, and this year he's had a series of problems with his tractor. Breakage after breakage after breakage. So it'll be interesting to see if he can stay in one piece. Oh dear. Something's gone wrong. Red Alert rolls to a halt, well down the track. 52.29 for the British farmer. All the kiosks and the food tents have been busy. And we're expecting even more people tomorrow, so it'll be even more hectic then. Now this is the last of the Finns, Pekka Hurlevy and Sigma Power. A winner last time out at Herning, and hoping to do the same again tonight. When it goes well, it can look so easy, and that's where experience comes in. And look at this. Oh, well past Mega Power. That was a great run. Here it is from the side. Pekka holding the right balance to get max drive from the rear tyres. Looks across. And that is the new leader. His wife Anna saying, clever boy. That should ensure you at least second place. 97.47 for Sigma Power, who holds an inquest with Krista Earn. That is a big improvement on Mega Power's distance. Søren Petersen from Denmark doing the honours with the flag. Now the German Rowdy, Hans Schweiger, European champion in 92, second in 93. He's also had problems upgrading his international. Problem this evening, he didn't pull far enough. 79.08, and now the last to pull. Magcar bits and pieces. That was Leonard Griffin and Krista Earn watching. Leonard driving in tomorrow's 4.4 ton class. Here goes Willem. Past Sigma Power, this Alki burner has finished this Eurocup with a perfect example of why he's won the Eurocup. He is one very happy man. Double full pull to Magcal bits and pieces. And Peter Clark is also happy with Wim Janssen doing his arithmetic.
Well, that's the first time we really wanted bits and pieces to win, you know, Roger, because that's put us into third place. That's the best thing he's ever done for us. We've always tried to beat him, now we want him to win. If he hadn't have won, what would have happened? We would have been in fourth place. We've qualified for next year now, so we're back on the Euro Cup qualification. So that makes a lot of difference. It was great. We were hoping for this, and we made it.
So Red Alert, not in the top 6, finished 7th, one ahead of Deer Hunter, but because Bits and Pieces won, it relegated Mega Power to 3rd place, and that meant in the final points table, Red Alert ended with 51 points in 3rd place, and Mega Power was 4th. So excitement to the end of the Superstocks. So as the Bits and Pieces team and Peter and Pekka do their lap of honour, we'll take our next break. But there's more exciting tractor pulling action after this. We've got modifieds for you. For the final round of tractor pulling's Eurocup, the last evening class we're going to see is the 3.4 ton modifieds. 12 competitors from 7 countries are taking part, including some that we don't normally see on the European circuit. Here's one we do. Alicat from Holland, driven by Ad Boot. Ad Boot, he's been to most of the Euro Cup events. He's got a single Allison V12. Going well. Oh, and he won't get closer to a full pull this year, I'm sure of that. 97.57 for the Dutchman. What bad luck. Oh, she's getting tired. Well, it's been a long evening. Now from France, this is Les Rebelles with Michel Tourade. This is also an Allison V12. Michel is 48 years old and a farmer from Tenerife. Hard with the steering wheel. Backwards and forwards, and then running out of steam well short of the line. 75.56 for Le Rebelle. The hymned French flagman moving back into place. The ETPC team only flag in the Euro Cup unless of course they're asked to do others. And that's Frederick Huth from Bach. This is Obelix. Chooses a 14-cylinder Hercules Star motor. The Huth family very involved in French pulling with several different tractors, enough to keep all the brothers busy in the family. Obelix is struggling, and he didn't even make the 70 metres. That was a disappointment. 68.20 for Frederick Huth. Been a long evening for her too. Still taking pictures, must have enough to fill a paper by now. Rocking the front wheel of another tractor we've only seen once this year. Vernier the third with Julien Bonhorse. Also powered by Allison V12s. Julien didn't pull last year, but nice to see him back in the ring. He was French champion in 1994. Oh dear. That run is not going according to plan. Plenty of flames coming from his Allisons. 39.73 for Julien and Vernier. Now, from Holland. This is Q18 Popeye. Well, Johnny Van Alphen is driving. He's in his first season in Holland, and under the watchful eye of his father, he's leading in the points table in the 3.4 tons. So it's going well for the young Dutchman. He's left school and is now working on the family farm, so I'm told. The two Allisons seemed to be going well, but then he lost power and ended up at 50 metres, 62 centimetres. So 7 more to pull. And how about this? Gladiator, driven by Fabrice Livenen. Really getting into the spirit of his name. He had another tractor of the same name 2 years ago, and I can remember him in a debutante class, the first Euro Cup in Brunei. This tractor is bigger and better, but the spikes are the same. And even on his helmet. Steam up. And slow down. That was a quick death for Gladiator. 3.63 for Fabrice. Now from Switzerland, this is Sent, which is shared as far as the driving is concerned between Karl Müller and Stefan Eggenberger. Stefan normally taking this class. Two Rolls-Royce Meteor V12 motors from a Centurion tank. And still in search of a full pull. And Sent can't produce one tonight. 74.56 for the Swiss team. Now, from France. This is Meteor, which is shared by Michel Tourade, Gilles Bougelou and Adrian Van Noort. It's called Meteor because it's powered by a Rover Meteor tank engine. weightier grounds at 64.54. So with 4 left to run, we're still waiting for our first full pull. But maybe that'll be coming now. Philippe Chauvin and Synergy, one of the first turbines in Europe that never managed the same success as Terminator. 4 turbomeca turbines from the French Super Freeland helicopter. Oh yes, this is a good run from the Frenchman. He is going over for a full pull. What a good run from Philippe. Let's see it again from the side. Not spectacular, but doing the job. And cruising over the 100-meter mark and into the pull-off. And that's got the French crowd on their feet. Full pull to Synergy. And as they add extra weight and alter the sledge settings, let us see who is in the pull-off. France, Denmark, Great Britain and Belgium represented. And your guess is as good as mine as to who will win. They're all in with a chance. Right, on with the pull-off. And this is Terminator from Belgium. Up in the air, but getting very close to out of bounds. Oh, and the front wheels drop over the chalk line. So Terminator is out, disqualified and into 4th place, which not many people expected here. But nothing is predictable in tractor pulling. Now from Denmark, this is Fox. Fleming Smed, the driver, being directed back by both Ragnar Willem-Teving and Torben Larsen, like the chief mechanic and the team chief of the Fox team. They use 4 Chevrolets for this class and 5 for tomorrow's 4.4-ton class. And the distance to win. Well, he can set one himself as Terminator's been disqualified. Off he goes. Fleming keeping it in the centre of the track and the throttle half down. And that gives him a good distance, I'm sure of that. 80.63 metres. Neil, the commentator, showing just how deep the hole is made by Fox's back wheels. And that is the flag they have to aim for. Like so. Desperate Dan backing up. And one last time out of turning. Can he keep the winning streak going? I'm sure he'd like to know that answer himself. There's the flag he has to go for. Oh, but he's not going to do it. He is well short of Fox. 71.41, so Desperate Dan into 2nd place. And here's the last to pull. All French hopes are riding on Synergy and Philippe Chauvin. In trouble, I think, and he has not even made 50 metres. What a disappointment. 41.47 for Synergy. So here's the official result. A good win for Fox. Give him a good boost for tomorrow's clash in the 4.4s, and Desperate Dan, a lot to think about. Patrick in good spirits and glad for his 3rd place as he makes his way back to the pits. Now the presentation. No Fleming, over here. He's a little shy, so being kissed by a lovely girl in front of 10,000 people is not something he enjoys. Or does he? But there are the 3 victors, well deserving of their awards. And now, before we take a break, let us take a quick look at the winning run from the 5.4-ton class. That was the last event on the program. And it's Enrico Volaton with not 2, not 3, but 4 Allisons up, who made 2 full pulls and won the 5.4-ton class. With this, we'll take a break. We'll be back with with the last tractor pulling after this. Of the final round of tractor pulling's Euro Cup. And before the final class, the 4.4 ton modifieds, we're going to take a quick look at the 4.4 ton super stocks. Even more people here than yesterday. The sun beginning to shine through the hazy clouds. I wonder if she brought her suntan. The big question on everyone's lips, could bits and pieces do the double? It's a John Deere 6466. It uses 22 litres of alcohol a run. European champion back in 1994. Going to this year's championships, we'll be running in the favourite 3.4 ton class. Today it's Leonard Griffian who's in the saddle. Looks to be ready now. Winding her up. Oh, goodness me. And there you can see every super stocker's nightmare. That is probably a broken block. There's a hole in the cowling as well. That could just as easily have happened yesterday, couldn't it? And the Euro Cup result would have been completely different. Well, well, well. Willem taking a quick look.
This one is dead.
And not liking what he sees. 83 centimetres for bits and pieces, which is now in bits and pieces. There were 4 of them who made a full pull in the 3.4 ton super stocks, 2 from Finland and 1 each from Great Britain and Germany. But before we start that, we followed Willem out into the paddock, and this is what we found. A big hole in the block. Back in the arena, here's the first of the 4 pullers, Fiat Super Agri and Klaus Blank. Has a lot less power than the others, but he's doing what he can. And that's well short of 80 metres, 75.32 for the German. Cameraman and flag bearer Henry de Graaf, who takes a lot of the pics for the Jacobs Tractor Pulling magazine in Holland. And Søren Petersen marking the spot. Trying to. European Championships are at Kensholzweiler in Germany. You can see them exclusively on Eurosport. Right now, it's Sigma Power from Finland and Pekka Hurleby. It's a Valmet 8400 with 4 turbos, and it's got stronger and stronger as the season has progressed. This is a good run from the Finn. He's well past the Fiat, but he's still not happy. Shaking his head, but that is going to be tough to beat. 91.36 for Sigma Power. And Mega Power will not be coming to the start.
I had a problem with the engine. I think a bearing was bad, so we decided not to pull because we would have blown the engine, I think.
So, this will be the last to pull in this class. Red alert, and Jeff Ashcroft has taken over behind the wheel. Jeff choosing the right gear, he hopes. 91.36 is the distance he has to beat. And here he goes. Since Willoughby, they've screwed down for pressure, and they've not been blowing engines since. Jeff runs out of horses 2 or 3 metres short of the Finn, but with his engine intact. 88.43 for Red Alert. Jeff talking to his brother Barry, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Here's the official result. So Sigma Power shows he must be a serious contender for medals at the Europeans, but as we've seen in the past, anything can happen. Here are the victors on their lap of honour. Now it's time for us to turn our attention to the final class, the 4.4 ton modifieds, where Fox has a slight chance of winning. He needs first place with Terminator failing to score, as you can see from the points table, but that is just theoretical. Or is it, after we've seen what happened to bits and pieces? 10 competitors, and we'll see all the best runs. Two teams are battling for the coveted third places. Green Spirit going to take it.
We hope so, but Jasper and hope also the same as me.
How's Green Spirit running?
Last night not good, but we changed something on the engine. We hope good today.
What about Desperate Dan, Carl?
Well, we'll be trying a few new things last night. We've remodified the engines again today, and we're hoping to do well today.
Who's going to be third?
We'll save it, one of us two.
But if they go badly and Q18 Popeye has a top finish, he is still a threat. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. And we're starting with Ali Kat from Holland with Ad Boot in charge. He's a crane driver from Dinterlord. And it's a single Allison V12 engine. Good run from him. Are we going to start with the third pull? No, we're not. The Ali Kat is about 10 metres short. 91.49 for the Dutch team. A lot more people here today, so there are big smiles on the promoters' faces. This is the next to pull. Sabine with Thierry Boutier. This was Freddie Lawney's previous tractor. It was called Oregon in those days. Then Freddie bought Snoopy from Kevin Whittingham in England and renamed it Oregon 2. And Kevin is in the process of building a new one which should make its debut in '98. Two is on his way. A single Rolls-Royce Griffin. And that is not quite as far as Ali Kat. 85.38 for the Demon. Now from Belgium. Is Terminator going to seal up the Euro Cup? Just about 8,000 horses propelling him down the track, kicking up a sandstorm. Wow, that was a full pull that really means business. A great run from Steph de Hoff, and that has given the crowd something to think about. Here it is again in slow motion. Yes, that is the Euro Cup champion. Next into the arena, Oregon 2 and Freddie Lawney. Double for Pirate if you wanted to, for me. Right now, Freddie. He's a farmer from St. Jean d'Angely. 35 years old. Two Rolls-Royce Griffins here. Come from World War II Shackles and Bombers. Are they going to take him into a full pull? Looks like it to me. Yes, over he goes and he takes the flag with him. Here it is again from the side. Very close to the chalk line, but safely over for second full pull. And that will make all the French fans happy. But Soren's not too happy about his flag, but it's still in one piece, Soren. They've run out of soft drinks, so they've had to send an emergency party to get some more. Q18 Popeye, backing up to the sledge, or weight transfer machine as it's sometimes called. And then a little bit nervous. He's only running on 2 Allisons for this run. He's covered the exhaust stacks of his left engine, so it'll be interesting to find out why. And for that matter, he's still got enough power to join Oregon and Terminator in the pull-off. There's no problem at the moment. Oh, no problem at all. That is our third full pull. So it's beginning to get really interesting. And as Fox gets ready, we asked Jan why only 2 engines.
Yeah, we had a little handicap yesterday night in the night pool. My son was pulling in 2-4 modified tires, and during the pull we broken drive shaft from the supercharger, from the left engine on the tractor. So it's now today we have to do it with 2 engines. Is it not possible to repair it? No, it's not possible to repair it in one night because we have to dismantle the complete engine before we can take it out. So that we make a decision. we shut down one engine, and we're gonna try it with two.
You still managed to do a full pull with two engines, so that's pretty good going.
Oh yeah, we had a very good track over here, a lot of good bite. So we're gonna try to keep it with a lot of power on the track, shift them down one gear, and then the two engines they can handle the gear.
So it's going to be a tough pull-off. One that Fox hopes to be part of. Tony Smith, the new driver this year, has had a good season, sure of second place in the Euro Cup, but it's always nice to finish with a flourish. 5 Chevy 510s completely rebuilt at the start of the season. They've done a good job this year. Full attack, straining after every meter. Oh, and really making a superb run, and that was pretty fast as well. So, 4 in the final, and 4 more to pull. The crowd really getting their money's worth today. Now from France, this is Thierry Thibault and Hercules II. I think the French say Hercule. Comes from Amboise, and it's a Lucas mechanic. And this is the only tractor that I know that uses a Watt-Silla diesel, built in 1996. Hercule a little bit down on power and on distance. That was less than 80 meters, I think. 78.52 for Hercule II and Thierry Thibault. And he should be getting a close-up view of Brian Armistead and Desperate Dan, who's the next to pull. Must make a full pull to stand any chance of taking third place. Oh, and he does so emphatically. Full pull to Desperate Dan. And now there's just 2 to pull. So this is going to make an interesting pull-off. Co-direct there, Peter's father, getting a bit of exercise in before his son blasts off. And here he goes. 2 Rolls-Royce Griffins. And he could probably have made it with 1. A fine full pull to the Dutchman. And that was a good ride for the Sledgeman deck. So 6 in the final, and is Green Fighter going to make it 7? There's a new Allison engine at the front, which they have recently bought from America. And today it's Enrico Volaton who's sitting in for Heinz-Josef Froskamp. Here he goes. And the full pulls keep on coming. Look at this. He is over the 100 meters. That was a hard one for Green Fighter, but he still made it. And Enrico's in the pull-off, which now looks like this. 7 of the best in Europe, and 3 of them fighting for third place and a ticket in next year's Euro Cup. 2 from Holland and 1 each from Denmark, France, Belgium and Germany. Terminator from Belgium. Stef de Hoff ready with his 4 Isotov turbines. Is he going to set an impossible target for the others to try and beat? European champion at this class. Now Euro Cup champion. Terminator is doing just that to the opposition. Full throttle. And high in the air. I haven't forgotten there from a helicopter. And that one must be in the middle 90s, I would think. Steph seems happy. 94.29. And ETPC chairman Jan Badenhouse making sure he doesn't get covered in dust, which they threw up, and takes a while to settle. And he's taking his weight off of his plates and his feet, as Popeye gets ready to pull. Only the top and his right engine working. He's a 3.4 and 4.4 ton Dutch champion, and he can't get any closer, but an excellent attempt. The score for Popeye, 81.37. As Jan makes his way back to the pits. You have to think, what are Fox's chances? Here's Torben Larsen to tell us.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that Terminator is a favorite. So we are actually very satisfied ending up second in the Euro Cup 97. That's more than we expected. We had been hoping on being in the top three, so this is super. But we'll of course do what we are able to do now to go further than these 94 meters. Yeah, of course.
What do you think your chances are?
I think we got maybe 20% out of 100 to get past that.
20% chance, eh? Well, we'll soon find out. Because Fox is next to run. He won the Euro Cup in 93 and 94. Second in 96 and now in 97. A great record for the Danish team. 94.3 to take the lead. Are they going to do it? Oh yes they are. 95.75 for Fox. They are the new leaders. Well. Now for Green Spirit. Needs to get past Popeye and even further to be sure. Oh, but something went wrong in the middle, and that's a disaster for the Dutchman. What could have happened? So 60.84 for Green Spirit, which gives him 4th place at the moment with 2 more to pull. Here's the first of them, Green Fighter, who won the 5.4s last night. 3 Allisons for this class. It's 95.76 to win. Now Green Fighter is quite a way down. 78.37, which moves him to 4th place now. Now the last to go. Desperate Dan with Brian Armistead. 6 times he's won the 3.4 ton class. 3 times the 4.4 ton at European Championship level. And 96 metres would suit him fine for this run. Oh, but he's in trouble. Something's blown at the end, and he is well down. And that could mean he's overtaken by Popeye in the points table. 77.2. That was what he didn't want. It gives him 5th place overall. So now Desperate Dan and Popeye have the same points, but the rules say that the team that has most points from the final pool wins, and that is Popeye. So 4th to Desperate Dan, 5th to Green Spirit. Let's see the presentation. Big introduction for the Euro Cup winner Windenhof and Terminator. Act presented by the president Jan Boutenhouse. There are the top 3, and the rivalry will be renewed at the Europeans in Kent, and maybe the positions will be reversed. And that is it from Windenhof. This is where to write to or to surf to for further information. But until the next time, this is Roger England saying bye for now and enjoy your pulling.